Hello students, today we will start the revision of the chapter number 2, that is emerging trends. So first of all we will start the revision by the introducing of the chapter that as all of you know that today we are living in the information technology age and that IT has totally changed the lifestyle of the people because no field is untouched with the use of the information technology uses, and various technological trends just like social media, cloud computing, mobile computing, artificial intelligence, robotics are growing day by day very fastly and in an efficient manner. So students, in this chapter we will discuss the recent emerging trends just like AI, machine learning, NLP, natural language processing, immersive experiences, robotics, big data, Internet of Things, cloud computing, grid computing, and blockchains, etc. Now, first of all, we will start the discussion with the artificial intelligence. And artificial intelligence, students, it can be defined as an artificial brain having capability of thinking and understanding. So in artificial intelligence, it is tried to keep the intelligence of a human being mind put into the system so that the system can work intelligently like a human being. Basically, artificial intelligence is a branch of computer science that concerns with the study and creation of the computer system that contains some form of human intelligence. And now we will discuss the natural language processing. So students, what do you understand by the natural language processing? So this technique provides the facility to communicate with the computer systems using a natural language. We can see the use of natural language processing in the voice search. When we can search the something on the internet by using the voice instead of typing anything on the browser window, or we can type any big message with the help of the voice. So these are the good example of the natural language processing. So what happens in this technique, students, you are watching that you can give the input or you can instruct the computer system in your everyday's language, in your natural language that you are using in your daily life. So there is no need to learn any new language to give the input or to communicate or to interact with the computer system. So that's the benefit of the natural language processing, that it helps to communication and handling easy between the user and the computer system, because in your natural language, in your everyday's language, you feel very comfortable and you can speak very fastly. So when you speak fastly, you can give the instruction to the computer fastly in comparison to typing the input. And it improves the efficiency and accuracy of the documentation. Why? Because you are very expert in your everyday's language, so and you are very fast also. So we can give the fast and efficient performance of the work when you are using your natural language in place of any new languages that you have to learn to communicate with the gadgets. And it provides accuracy because you are very perfect in your natural language or in your everyday's language. So the accuracy is also of 100%, so there is less chances of commit mistakes. And now we will discuss what is robotics. So basically robotics is the example of the artificial intelligence, students, because in the robotics that's the science of designing or building an application of the robots. But what is basically a robot is a computerized machine, and in this machine it is try to keep the intelligence of human beings so that robots can work like a human being. So what are the need of the robotics? Because robotics are used with the high speed working, because it's a machine and it can work in the dangerous temperatures, or we can say in the dangerous circumstances, and it can do the repetitive tasks without any boredom, and it can do work with the great accuracy. So students, robotics, we can see here in the images. In the first image we can see that the robot is playing a piano, and in the second image you can see that a robot is holding the hands of the child. So robots are doing the work just like a human being. So robotics can be defined as a science associated with the design, fabrication, theory and applications of the robots. So after that we will discuss the big data. So all of you know that in today's time, every organization and company holds rich knowledge and information which can be of high value. So big data technology is used to store efficiently the data of that organizations and company in an efficient manner. Now, here we will discuss the IoT, that stands for Internet of Things. So, basically, what is the feature of the technology? So, this technology allows household objects to be controlled remotely and resulting in improved efficiency, accuracy, and economics benefits. So, the example of the IoT that we can control, we can switch on or switch off our AC, microwaves at the remote places, just like when you leave the home, then at the time you forgot to switch off your ACs, so you can switch off your AC remotely. You can connect your appliances with your smartphones, and you can remotely control that appliances that is connect to your smartphone. So these are the use of the Internet of Things, that we can control our appliances remotely from the remote place. And then next is the web of thing, WOT. So students, what I told you, that what are the facilities provided by the IoT. So the all facilities that are provided by the IoT is controlled by the WOT. It is possible with the help of the WOT, because to use the IoT information Internet of Things technology, some protocols we have to use. So that protocols we have to use, that is the web. So here we can see that to achieve IoT we need a universal protocol to combine several heterogeneous devices. So this protocol we have to use. So we can say in short that IoT is possible with the help of the WOT. Now, here we will discuss the cloud computing. So, what is cloud computing, students? All of you are aware that cloud computing is getting more and more popular day by day, because nowadays companies are in competition to each other to provide the large spaces to store data along with the various features and quality services. So all of you know that cloud computing techniques allows a large space to store our data, and that data we can access from any place, from anywhere, wherever we are we are, so we can access the data from that place. Okay, so this facility is possible with the help of this storage facility, is possible with the help of the cloud computing technique. Okay, so there are many services and features of the cloud computing, just like we have discussed that IaaS, PaaS and SaaS. So these are the services that we have discussed that are provided by the cloud computing. Now here we will discuss the sensors. So what is sensor, students? All of you are using the sensor technologies in your daily life. We can see the more and more example in our daily life. So firstly we will discuss the five senses of the human organs. So just we like touch any uh, hot thing, then we have to just remove the hand from that thing. Okay, so that are human being organ senses. In the same manner, a sensor is a device that receives and respond to a signal. So a sensor, a sensitivity indicates how much the sensor output changes when the measured quantity changes. So you can see the example of sensors in our smart gadgets. Just like if you hold your mobile phone and if you will tilt the phone, then with the help of the senses your screen will be molded to from horizontal to vertical and from vertical to horizontal. So these are the example of the sensors. Okay, sensors are a new solution for measuring currents and voltages. With the help of the sensors we can measure the currents and voltage in the power systems. And a very good example that we can see in our temperature thermometer, the mercury used in a thermometer that measure the temperature and converts it into the expansion of a liquid. Okay, when we use the temperature thermometer, then according to the temperature mercury raise and according to the temperature mercury down. So these possible with the help of the sensors. Okay, uses sensor are used in our everyday objects such as touch sensitive elevator buttons and lamps which dim or brighten by touching the base. So uh, all these possible with the help of the sensors technology. There are so many applications of the sensor technology which we are using in our daily life. Its applications we can see in the cars, machines, aerospace, medicines, manufacturing and robotics, etc. And what are the advantages of the sensor technology? Because it provides a result with the highest accuracy, highest resolution and high reliability, and it is energy efficient and it is easy to integrate the input and output consequences. Now we will discuss about the smart cities. So all of you know that which city is known as a smart cities, in which the most services are provided in a digital and fastly manner. So that city is known as the smart city, where whether it is private services or whether it is government services, just like electricity services or everything, health services, farming, agriculture services are fully digitized. Then or we can say that the city that are using more and more digital facilities in the each and every field, that city is known as a smart city. So now smart city technologies uses what to make the city digitized? So it uses ICT, information and communication technology. With the help of this technology it is possible to make the city a smart city or digital city. Now we will discuss the grid computing. So what is grid computing? So in grid computing, different resources come together to solve a single last task. Just like if we are sitting at the different geographical places and we have to discuss something on the other person that we are on the different place. So by using the grid technology, different resources, we can use softwares and hardware resources of the person that is geographically on different place. So by using this technology we can use the resources of that person, we can communicate with that person. Okay, so this is possible with the help of the grid computing, so that we can work on a single common task, or we can solve a large problem with the help of the grid computing by without moving from one place to another. Now blockchain, students. So what is blockchain? The combination or the collection of many blocks are known as the blockchain. And basically what is a block? So in blockchain technology, block is known as digital pieces of information, secure data using very strict techniques. So here blockchain technology is used to store our data by using very strict manners, so that no unauthorized user can access our data or can destroy our data. So this is very useful for the security purpose. Here we have finished the revision of this chapter, students. So if you have any problem you can discuss. Thank you.